The free agent market just got significantly smaller as four key players accepted their qualifying offers worth $22 million for 1 year. Yankees center fielder Trent Grisham, Tigers second baseman Gleyber Torres, Cubs left-hander Shota Imanaga, and Brewers right-hander Brandon Woodruff all chose to stay with their playoff teams rather than test the open market. These decisions create fascinating ripple effects across baseball as teams finalize their offseason strategies. Grisham's acceptance completely changes the Yankees' outlook. After being barely relevant in his first Bronx season, he absolutely exploded last year with 34 home runs and an .811 OPS. Alongside Aaron Judge and Cody Bellinger, he formed baseball's most dominant outfield trio. But here's where things get interesting. New York still desperately wants to retain Bellinger, and Grisham locking in first raises major questions about their roster construction moving forward. If Bellinger returns, the Yankees essentially run back their championship-caliber lineup with Giancarlo Stanton at designated hitter and Ben Rice handling first base duties. Top prospects Jasson, Dominguez, and Spencer Jones would see their immediate relevance diminish significantly. However, if Bellinger walks to another team, suddenly Grisham faces enormous pressure to replicate his breakout performance. Dominguez would likely enter spring training as the left field favorite, but his defensive struggles and right-handed hitting woes raise serious concerns. The 22-year-old still has tremendous upside, but losing Bellinger would thrust him into an everyday role without much safety net behind him. Torres returning to Detroit creates its own complications for the Tigers' lineup puzzle. He started strong with an .823 OPS through June before falling off dramatically in the second half. We later learned he was battling through a hernia that required October surgery. Detroit's offense collapsed alongside Torres' declining production, making his health crucial for their playoff aspirations. With Torres locked at second base, the Tigers must figure out their remaining position player alignment. Beyond Torres, only 4 hitters seem guaranteed regular at-bats: catcher Dylan Dingler, Kerry Carpenter, Riley Green, and Spencer Torkelson. The left side of the infield remains murky. Does Colt Keith claim third base, or do they pursue Alex Bregman again? Can Javier Baez, still owed $48 million over 2 years, hold off 25-year-old Trey Sweeney at shortstop? Manager A.J. Hinch loves mixing and matching, but Detroit needs more everyday difference makers if they want a deep postseason run. Imanaga's Cub return followed a complicated dance where Chicago declined his long-term option before extending the qualifying offer. His acceptance gives them rotation stability, but concerns remain about his alarming home run rate despite his pitching savvy. The real question facing Chicago is simple. If Kyle Tucker leaves in free agency, what's their plan? Unlike the Yankees losing Juan Soto last year, the Cubs must demonstrate similar creativity to replace Tucker's value, whether through another right fielder or impact additions elsewhere. Woodruff brings veteran leadership back to Milwaukee's rotation after missing all of 2024 with shoulder surgery. His return initially suggested Freddie Peralta might be trade bait, but recent reports indicate the Brewers plan keeping both atop their rotation as they chase a 4th straight division crown. Milwaukee needs more offensive upgrades than pitching depth anyway, after their disappointing October showing.